Today is day 11. I hope everyone is well. Today's date is August 27th, 2024. Let's get started. So, um, so the book says one of the jobs of good psychotherapy is to help people tell healing stories. If autobiographical narrative is a river, psychotherapy is the means by which that river is mapped and in some cases rerouted. So I'm not understanding why that river needs to be rerouted. Like why is it because it's a dead end, or is it because it wants the river to, like what is the goal behind rerouting, and what is the goal behind the river being mapped? Like I would understand if the river is if there is a huge stone in the middle of the river that is blocking the natural flow of of that, or if there are obstacles that were similarly, if there are obstacles that are blocking that are prohibiting the river to flow naturally, um that maybe that is too simple, maybe it's but I'm not understanding why that river has to be mapped. Is it because is it for discovery, or and I'm not sure what it means. Why does it have to be rerouted? I mean, I'm understanding the rerouting part as maybe a different approach to communicate and to tell stories, because she's saying that one of the jobs of good psychotherapy is to help people tell healing stories. And she's also saying that the way we tell our personal stories is a marker and predictor of mental health. It's and I love this quote because long time ago my friend asked me something about, what would you do, like how would you feel if tomorrow the world is gonna end, like you're gonna die tomorrow, like what would you feel? And I said I don't know, but to be honest, I don't think I would really care that much if tomorrow I would die. And he told me it was interesting because apparently people who say things similar to what you said, as in nonchalant um, way of looking at it, is of looking at the outcome, of looking at your death, like that is it could be a first symptom of depression, or first symptom of just overall sadness or emptiness about yourself, because you don't have a goal. If it was someone that has a distinct goal in their life, they, you know, even though there is acceptance, they would certainly not be happy about it. And that was one of the things that kind of clicked on my head. I was like, oh, like it made me understand. If he were to ask me the same question, like right now at this moment, I would be devastated because now thankfully I have goals. Um, what I want to do, as in what I want to see, what I want to listen, um, and what I want to read. There's a lot. So yeah, the river was mapped, or the river uh, it routed to a wrong position. I think I need to reroute that back into what was relevant. I'm gonna just continue reading. Hopefully, it clicks to me later. If when I reread it. So I want to share this. Where should I begin? Okay, so the psychoanalyst Donald Winnicott introduced the concept of the false self in the 1960s. According to Winnicott, the false self is a self-constructed persona in defense against intolerable external demands and stressors. Now, this I agree with wholeheartedly because, um, the first thing that came into my mind was how everyone puts up a different face at work, right? Even if there may be circumstances that are not to one's liking, or they have to act professional, you know. I think it's the same thing as that, or they put on that face in order to avoid any potential trouble. That's a very self-centered thinking, because when you're at work, you're not only working for yourself, but you're at an organization for others, at a place with others. I think that's another thing. So, and all right, let me continue. Winnicott postulated that the creation of the false self can lead to feelings of profound emptiness. No there. Social media has contributed to the problem of the false self by making it far easier for us and even encouraging us to curate narratives of our lives that are far from reality. I'm going to skip an example and I'm going to continue from her narrative. When our lived experience diverges from our projected image, we are prone to feel detached and unreal, as fake as the false images we've created. So actually let me read it first. Psychiatrists call this feeling derealization and depersonalization. I thought derealization and depersonalization was you are in the moment, like you know that you are there, but like what you're doing, you're not, like you don't feel like you're doing it. So like right now I'm talking to you guys, right? Like right now I'm making this video. Like the existence that I am, recognize what I am doing, and what I am doing is purely from my own will of wanting to do this challenge. But I think what I thought derealization and depersonalization was me kind of just seeing this from as if I'm watching myself from as maybe as an audience watching a movie. Like it's there, like I am there, but then like there is that unexplainable space that is prohibiting a connection between what I am seeing and what my thoughts are. I thought that was derealization and depersonalization, not not what she's saying about when our lived experience diverges from our projected image. But yeah, this is why I wanted to share. It's a terrifying feeling which commonly contributes to thoughts of suicide. After all, if we don't feel real, ending our lives feels inconsequential. I immediately thought of Inception. I don't know why. I mean, not I don't know why, but yeah. All right. Let's continue. Yeah. Okay. Radical honesty is a way to get there. It tethers us to our existence, and it's I think honesty. I agree with. I love reading this because it's everyone wants to feel affirmed, right? At one point, as in what I want to experience. Like I want to know that I am not the only person that thinks, that that have. I'm not the only one that has. Is that correct grammar? I'm not the only one that has. Yeah, no, that is correct. I'm not the only one that has these thoughts. I think that's just. I think that's because recently I've also been thinking that honesty is super, super, super important. Like the quality of being honest is not only beneficial for, everyone around you, but it's also super beneficial for yourself. Um, I feel like just a lot of people, maybe, you know, it's like, so this is what I think about, what I thought about, like when I was reading this. I immediately thought about the status of makeup, when how society kind of expects this level of not just for women, but for men as well. This is where so the makeup is part of this whole thing that I'm trying to talk about. Is I feel like we are so groomed, like our society is so groomed, um, by what the large corporations, the beauty corporations are throwing at everyone about the ideal, beautified images of women, beautified images of men. Um, you know, some standards are they can't they can't be overweight. They can't you know uh, for example, um, weight, height, you know, like all models have to be tall, or all models have to be skinny, or models have to have, this beautified body image. It's or on the talks of idols, Korean K-pop idols, or how women are, many of them are just in society. It is just expected for women to have makeup on at all times, and like what do you guys think about that? I think makeup is not being honest. That's honestly what I think. I think makeups are just not honest versions of ourselves, and I would much prefer women not having makeup. Just just as it is. That's what I want, and that's what I want. But it's like I want a world where not having makeup is completely fine. I think that's what I want to say. Like not having makeup, like there doesn't it doesn't need to be another thought. Like you can wear makeup if you want for your own personal preferences, but at the same time it should be also fine and completely um like it's like me drinking water right now. Like if someone were to see that, they wouldn't say anything other they wouldn't say anything about it. Like, oh, he's drinking water, must be thirsty, or yeah, he's just drinking water, like that kind of thing. Like as normalized as it is. Like I want that. Like I don't want it to be like expected in a video. Like if I started this video, that I should always have water on my side because my viewers need to see me drink water, something like that. Um, and I feel like that image of just how they are expected to wear makeup is unconsciously and slowly but surely um, killing this idea that you need to love your own born image, like what you were born with. Uh, and technically, like, and this varies on the thought of what you perceive as honest, because people can argue saying that, well, I am being honest. I just have, you know like what is honest? Having no makeup is honest, but my face is my face. I'm just adding little accessories on it. Like I don't think that's not being honest. That is being honest. Someone could argue like that. So I think I don't know. I, yeah, that those are just my thoughts. I yeah. get this though. I don't get this. I don't get this marshmallow thing. So this is just lie. I mean, obviously it's gonna happen though. I don't understand. So I don't understand this stand for the marshmallow experiment. Well, the modified one by the University of Rochester that happened in 2012. So delayed gratification. So they're saying that there were two groups of children, um, and one group experienced a broken promise, as in they were lied to, before the test was conducted. The researchers left the room and said they would return when the child rang the bell, but then didn't. The other group of children were told the same, but when they rang the bell, the researcher returned. So the children in the latter group, where the researcher came back, were willing to wait up to 4 times longer, 12 minutes, for a second marshmallow than the children in the Broken Promise group. So the Broken Promise group only waited 3 minutes. I don't understand that. Like I don't understand. So, if you don't lie, if you are honest, the children are waiting to delay. The children are waiting to wait longer. I don't understand the purpose of this experiment. So the first, so the so okay. So the goal of the marshmallow experiment was to. Okay, so I guess it's for the truth. Like if they were told the truth, like if they were told that it was gonna happen, like they were gonna get rewarded, like what they're saying is true. They were willing to wait. I guess that's what it is. Wait, hang on. Let me go to the bathroom real quick. Okay, never mind. She explains why she brought that marshmallow experiment. So, this is a let me read this passage excerpt. As we have seen, having too much material wealth can be as bad as having too little. Dopamine overload, dopamine overload impairs our ability to delay gratification. Social media exaggeration and post-truth politics, let's call it what it is, lying, amplify our sense of scarcity. The result is that even amidst plenty, we feel impoverished. Um, it's this kind of, this may not be relevant, but it kind of resembles this my want of so I went to a book fair, and I bought, well, technically not bought, but I picked a lot of books. Like I mean a lot of books. But you know, if I got maybe 40 books, I've probably only read like maybe one or two from those 40 books that I've got. And I found myself looking for like books um, like that are not the ones that I got. Uh, like I found myself looking for new books, and that just came into my head because why? You know, like why would I do that? Like I already have 39, 38 books that's right there that I need to be reading. But why am I looking for more books to read? Like why am I looking for newer things? Um, and that resonated with the sense of there's that plentiness, you know, because 40 books, it will keep me entertained. It will definitely impart a great amount of new sight. It will give me new sight to different aspects. But why am I looking? You know, why am I? And this is me not even recognizing like what it is. Like, as in, like it wasn't the 40 books were only the 40 books available at the book fair. There were like hundreds, and those 40 books were the curated ones that I got. So why am I looking for new books? That was something that I did not understand. Um, I mean, it's something that I found myself doing, but I was never quite sure, and I've never given it like a deep thought behind it. But I think this really explains it. I have this sense of scarcity in an environment where it is plenty, and this kind of says things about, yeah, like I feel impoverished is my problem. Something that I need to get rid of, that scarcity mindset. Okay, so let me read. I didn't read this. I'm reading this with you guys. Just as it is possible to have a scarcity mindset amidst plenty, it is also possible to have a plenty mindset amidst scarcity. The feeling of plenty comes from a source beyond the material world. Believing in or working towards something outside ourselves and fostering a life rich in human connectedness and meaning can function as social glue by giving us a plenty mindset even in the midst of abject poverty. Finding connectedness and meaning requires radical honesty. So this is what you wanna what I strive to be, keeping that feeling of yeah, plenty. I think it also connects to this unrealized thoughts that I believe that the books that I currently have are not good enough. Maybe. Maybe it's like another step for hoarding. I don't know. Like I have so many books that I want to read, and they're just collecting. Um, yeah. That was a fun session. I will see you guys on day 12. Being honest. Yeah. Bye bye.